everybody, this is Cougar with World of Me, and I'm here with kind of a special episode, just something to show you some of the things that I get into. Part of the kind of job that I do, or jobs that I do, are doing repair work. I'm focused mostly in computers, and I work in computer systems and systems departments and things like that, installations, whatnot. But I came from doing electronics and things like that, as well as I also do mechanical repairs and whatnot. So, you know, I have a lot of kind of different things on the technology side that I tend to focus on. But anyhow, what we're looking at right now, as you can see right here, it's called a Koldfront. That is the model of this little unit that I'm working on right now. And what it is a countertop dishwasher. As you can see, it's just a single rack, and it's small. It holds about it's supposed to hold about 6 place settings. I just put whatever I need to in there to you know, wash my dishes and everything. But anyhow, not too long after I got it, I was having a little bit of an issue with it not wanting to turn on or start properly. And what it is this right here. We hit the power button, and you see the 2 lights kind of came on. This one, of course, still on because the power. But then this one right here is the start and stop button. Now there is another light that comes on that's over there as well. I'm not really certain. I don't know if that's like a settings light or something like that. I never really paid a lot of attention. But this one right here, right now, what it should happen is that light should be coming on. And it may kind of look like it's coming on, like flashing or something. At least that's what I'm seeing in the screen, but really all that is just the reflection coming from the way that I'm holding the camera. But I'm pushing the button and nothing's happening. So I've already kind of gotten into it and found out what's wrong with it. I wanted to do this video kind of as a little tutorial as to what I do, and if somebody's out there and needs to have something fixed, this is something they can look at. Now, obviously, I still have it plugged in which I'm going to go ahead and undo that right now. And I took out most of the screws. So I'm down to just this one right here is all that's left. Now, when I undo this screw, that front section there is basically just going to pop right off of this stainless steel section. The stainless steel section is the one that keeps it watertight and everything. So the front section is just, you know, mostly cosmetic. It also is where the electronic boards are attached. Let's see. Oh, just drop the screw in there. If I can get it out. There we go. Now what you can see here is a couple of different little circuit boards. Let me get out of the light. This is the board that has the power. This is the board for the little knob that changes the settings. This is the one that does the start and stop button. And then there's one all the way over here, and that is for that one light that I told you I don't really pay much attention to. So anyhow, what I found out is, we'll go ahead and take these 2 screws, but right here at this point, if you can see it very well, this section right here, you can see there's kind of 4 solder points right there, and then there's one off to the side. Those 4 solder points go to a small push button switch, and that, of course, push button switch is where it connects to the play, or the, well, not play, but the start and stop button, I guess, is more what it has. The play and pause button kind of look to it. That's the you know, seem like it's a VCR or something like that, rather than a dishwasher, but it is a start and stop or a start and pause button is what it's for. Now, to take this and flip it over, you can see a little better here. Now, as you can see, this is just a simple push button right here, and you know, you can push it all day long, and it will, you know, it'll click and everything like it's supposed to, but it's shorted out or something inside to where it's not making contact. Now, as I said, there's 4 posts on the back end. That's where these 4 corners come into play. I'm going to go ahead and pause for just a second so that I can get my other stuff set up. I'm going to have a soldering iron and everything, and we'll go ahead and get this piece removed. I do have another one ready to go that I already ordered, and we'll put that in there and we'll see if we can get this thing going. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back real quick, guys, and I wanted to show you something. This right here, as you can see, has a couple of pulls on it. That's actually the button for the power, and it uses the exact same button that the board over there does that turns everything on and off, the play pause button, as I was kind of saying. Now I have my multimeter here, and you can see it's at a 1 right there. That 1 basically means there's no signal going through. If I put these two together, you can see it changes. It goes down to that all zeros. That means that there is a connection between the 2 points. Now if I sit here and put these probes on either side of this button, multimeter kind of wants to work, but it doesn't work very well, because as you can see, that number is extremely high. Now I'm going to go ahead and reach around here and see if I can keep that going. And then if I sit here and hit the button, you can see that number drop down to almost nothing. That means that there is a connection. If I let go of it, that number scoots up high again. So that means that this button is actually working. Now for this other one, we'll go ahead and do the same thing. Now you can see it's a very high number on the multimeter, and I'm sitting here pushing the button. You should be able to hear the click, but there's no change. So that means that obviously that isn't working. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the small one here. Go ahead, and this is going to be a little trickier because it's not attached to anything. So I'm just connecting it to the two of the posts that are just hanging out here. Okay, I don't have the button pushed. It goes to 0, or it goes to nothing. It's not actually making any connection. If I hit the button, it goes to that all zeros, which means it's making a connection. And you know, even though these probes look like they're pretty close, they're not touching. So, because then if I let go of the button, you can see that number changed back to the 1. So I'll go ahead, and I've got my my soldering iron heating up here. I'll be right back in just a minute. I'll go ahead and desolder this old button, and we'll see about getting this new one put back on. Okay guys, now just so you know, of course, this isn't ideal to be working on this the way this is, but unfortunately the way they put these wires together, instead of using plug-in connections, they have plug-in connections, sort of. They look like ones, but what it is they solder straight to the board instead of having a male and female end. It's just one single end. Now I've already kind of loosened these first 2 points up right here. So what I'm going to do now is reach around underneath and grab this with these pliers here. Like I said, this isn't ideal. An ideal situation is I would have this board off and put into a clamp set to get these pieces pulled out, but unfortunately they're not wanting to cooperate so well. Do have this most of the way out. See if I can get it the rest of the way. Okay, heat that up again. And there we go, pulled it out. So there it is, right there. You can see the ends of it right there. And we'll go ahead and I'm going to pause again. I'm going to go find the other piece that I need and get it situated, and then I'll be right back and show you soldering it on, and then we'll go ahead and see about getting this finished up so that this thing will run on its own. Okay, so here we go. I took a piece of tape here, just a little strip of duct tape, and taped this in once I got all the 4 poles lined up to the back end here. Now what we'll go ahead and do is, matter of fact, I could actually just screw it down to make it easier on myself, but unfortunately this thing's hanging a little bit low and I don't want to put all that extra stress on the wires. So what we'll do is go ahead and grab the parts here and go ahead and start heating some of this stuff up. Now, as you can see, it's filling up, and I'm adding new solder because, of course, part of the solder came out with the old piece. And also, the tabs on the ones that I just got a little bit shorter than the other ones, so I want to make sure that these are soldered in there very well. And let's see what we've got going on there. And you can see all 4 poles are there. I can hear it clicking. So let's go ahead, get the multimeter out again real quick here. Turn that back on. There, now as you can see, as you can see on the thing there, just have to get these lined up again. There we go. Keeps on tapping out on me, so you can see those high numbers flashing up there. And now I've pressed the button, you can see the numbers go out. Try this again here. Okay, so there it is. I have the button pressed. You can see it goes to 0. I let go, the number kind of jumps right back up to 1, which means there's no connection, which we saw before when I tested just the piece itself. Push the button, and if I can keep these on here right. Push the button and drops down to 0 again. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and I need to plug it back in. See if I can plug it into a closer closer switch there. And I'm going to go ahead and close it up here. As you can see here, I went ahead and closed it up. So this is kind of hanging right here. And I again have this tape on here to hold it in. So what we'll do is we'll press the button there. You can see the lights blinked on. And then I'll press this button up here. There we go. You heard the light flash. Or you see the light flash. You heard the beeper beep. And there we go. Check it out. It's emptying stuff out. Now I don't have it hooked up to the faucet right now. This was just to kind of test it. So that's all we needed to do, was go ahead and switch out that switch right there and make sure it was connected. I just went ahead and paused it. Let me go ahead and shut it off for right now because I don't need it on. But there we go. Simple fix. One thing you want to make sure of if you ever do something like this with one of these, you want to make sure that you get the right type of push button or whatever type of switch it is that you're replacing. Now, as you can see, doing the soldering isn't too bad. It's fairly straightforward. Like I said, it would be a lot better if I could take this board and put it in a vise. We have ones with like alligator clips and a little magnifying lens with a light on it and everything, so you can see everything real well, brings everything out real well so that you can see everything very crisp and clear. And you know, just as long as you have a reasonably steady hand, this isn't that hard of a fix at all. But you do need to make sure that you have the right type of switch. Come to find out, on this switch, the button on it is just a little bit shorter than the other one. So all I'm going to do is put a spacer on the front of it, and that will easily remedy the fact that this is just a little bit off. So I can easily just put take a little round piece of plastic or something like that, cut it off to the length, and just glue it onto the front. And that way it's long enough to be pushed by the front of the console here. Anyhow, I'm Cougar with World of Me. This is just, like I said, another little one-shot here for something to kind of give you an idea on some things that I do, as well as a simple repair that any of you guys can do if you so choose. Hope you guys check out some more of my videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up right down there. And down there, there's also the subscription button, which will let you know when there are new episodes of things from World of Me that come out. As well, there are the comments down below. Leave any comments that you like, questions or concerns or anything. So anyhow, like I said, I'm Cougar. I wish you a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye.